Honorable Dorothy Kiara.
Thank you, Madam Speaker. Madam Speaker, I rise to support this very important motion, and I want to thank the member for Mbere, Honorable WAKO, for bringing up this very, very important item for discussion in this House. Honorable Speaker, the Constitution recognizes education for all children as a basic right, and the government of Kenya is no exceptional, that it is mandated to provide free compulsory education to all students. Honorable Speaker, developing of a policy and funding for junior secondary school is a key component of this very important program that the government has embarked on, because competence-based curriculum is a curriculum that we want to say as a country it must succeed. Honorable Speaker, it is very disheartening for us to go around the schools as it stands today when we realize that these schools are poorly equipped. I am so glad, Honorable Speaker, because I know as at this point in time, the constituencies have gotten their constituency development fund, and I know key in the agenda is going back to the constituencies and continuing with building of classroom infrastructure in those schools. However, I want to acknowledge the fact that all these schools that we are going to build, some of them are in very deplorable condition. And Honorable Speaker, if these students who are transiting from primary school to junior secondary school have to have their esteem, we must ensure that the classrooms are up to the standard of a junior secondary school and the laboratories are properly and well equipped. Honorable Speaker, it is also important to note that the distances, some of the distances that these children are covering are quite huge distances, and therefore I want to implore upon the Ministry of Education to ensure that each and every school has a JSS class. Based on this, Honorable Speaker, the classrooms cannot go without teachers. Teachers also are a key component to this, and I want to sort of disagree with the member who is saying the teachers who are trained to take care of JSS are these old teachers who are picked from primary school class 1. Honorable Speaker, I want to disagree because every trained teacher is deployed, and the Teacher Service Commission is very sure that the teacher who is deployed in a certain school will be able to handle that particular class. A teacher might be old, Honorable Speaker, but the brain is not old. So the teachers, whether they are in whatever age, as long as they are posted to teach in those schools, they are competent and qualified enough to handle those classes. What we are calling for, Honorable Speaker, it is equal distribution of these teachers so that in some schools we don't have classes or students sitting in class without teachers of certain disciplines. Honorable Speaker, I also want to challenge the Ministry of Education, because as we sit here today, Honorable Speaker, every day when I look at the news item, the managers of these schools, the head teachers and the principals, they are crying because capitation is never availed on time. Honorable Speaker, this is a serious setback on the education standards of our children, because our school managers are torn in between the policy that the Ministry of Education has given and the stern warning that they keep giving teachers that don't send any student out of class. Honorable Speaker, I want the Ministry of Education to stand up and be counted, because teachers cannot be given students without food, without anything, without books. And yet, every day there are warnings that teachers should not send students out of school. Honorable Speaker, we are in a time where even the parents are going through a very difficult moment. We know this country is grappling with the issues of money, Honorable Speaker, and we don't want to see situations where students are sent back to their parents. Honorable Speaker, I want to support this very important motion, because the only way we can be able to handle, the only way we can be able to add this government accountable is ensuring that we develop a policy and funding for this junior secondary school so that it succeeds. Thank you, Honorable Speaker. I support Honorable Roko, and I say kudos, because this motion is not only touching on Mbere, it is touching on the entire Kenya. Thank you, Honorable Madam Speaker.
Honorable Member for Baringo North, Honorable Joseph Makila.
Thank you, Madam Speaker. I rise to support this motion on development of our policy and